Vapor pressure. To understand the vapor pressure, let me take a small example. If I have a closed container containing a liquid, initially at the temperature where we are carrying out the experiment, the thermal energy from the surroundings and the molecular collisions which are taking place within the medium are sufficiently enough for some molecules to gain the kinetic energy sufficiently enough to escape from the surface. So if the molecules escape from the surface from liquid state and convert into gaseous state, this will result in the evaporation process. In the process of evaporation, so the rate of evaporation increases. Rate of evaporation increases with respect to time. After some time, we see the molecules which are occupying the space, the empty space over the surface of the liquid goes on increases because of the evaporation, and so the density of vapor increases, and more number of vapor molecules forms. These vapor molecules will have less space to occupy. Now the collisions that takes place within the molecules will be undergoing elastic collisions, leading to gain of energy by some molecules, loss of energy by some molecules, and the resultant of loss of energy, the kinetic energy of some of the molecules decreases, and those molecules whose kinetic energy is relatively lower will start to move in a direction of condensation, because they start to interact with the molecules surrounding each other, and also will have strong force of attraction with the surface of molecules present on the liquid when they are coming closer and closer to the liquid surface, and they will be pulled back into the liquid state by a process called as condensation, where evaporation is a process which is still going on. The rate of evaporation is still managed to be greater than rate of condensation, where condensation is a process that can take place. If I am taking here the process of condensation, if I say this is condensation here, and the evaporation can be understood by the process over here, these are undergoing the evaporation. You can see the evaporation is dominating over the condensation at that time. Now, in both the cases, if you observe, the common point is pressure is variable at this point of time. Pressure is variable at this point of time. You still have pressure varying time to time. But after some time, if you observe, after some time, you will observe the pressure remains constant. Let us understand from this point. After some time, the pressure in the system remains constant. How does this happens? Because after some time, if you observe, the rate at which the evaporation takes place, this is the rate at which evaporation is taking place. The rate at which the condensation takes place, this is the rate at which the condensation takes place. Now if you observe the condition over here, what is the condition says? The rate of evaporation at this point is equals to rate of condensation. Now it becomes equal. If I say three molecules are escaping from liquid to gas, three molecules from the gas are moving back to the liquid state. So there is no more net change in the number of molecules appearing in the vapor state. What is pressure? Pressure is due to the collisions the vapor molecules do onto the walls of the container. Same number of molecules, same is the pressure. So the pressure will not get affected because N is not getting affected. So at this point, we say a state of equilibrium is attained. We say an equilibrium state is attained between liquid and the vapor. Between the two physical states of liquid and vapor, an equilibrium is established. At this equilibrium, the pressure which is measured on the surface of the liquid, that is termed as the vapor pressure. If a liquid is allowed to stand in a closed vessel, an equilibrium is established between the vapor and liquid. At that equilibrium, the pressure exerted by the vapor is called as vapor pressure. So this can be defined as